Have you ever heard of this guy, Robert Mugabe?
Yes.
Yeah. The reason I'm not a huge fan of maybe any laws that would forcefully make the 7.3% release their land is because we have already seen this happen in Zimbabwe with Robert Mugabe. It was a similar case there where the few Caucasians that were settled there and called it their home, they owned most of the land. These people were farmers. They knew how to farm the land really good. So one of the mistakes Mugabe did was he went in there and he took the land from them and gave it to black Zimbabweans.
Sure.
But now the mistake there was these black Zimbabweans were not really experts in farming. So now we had these people that were experts in farming, they didn't have the land. So the lands were just standing there and nobody was farming them. Then all the economic sanctions from the United States of America on them and all of that, there were no aid packages going there. So the country went through a very rough patch. Even though they survived, but they went through a rough patch. So it is not something I would want to happen in South Africa because I've already seen a case study. We have already seen it happen to a country really close to South Africa. So I think it's a situation where media outlets like ours here that are independent should encourage these two parties to come together, understanding that it is all of their nation. The whites and the blacks, they all own South Africa now. They need to come together and figure out a way to actually be able to give the black people some land because 7.3% owning 70% of the land, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's not going to be good for the overall economy even. I mean, if you think about it.
I was going to state that shortly here because it says that 10% of South Africans, the wealthiest, which of course, in that 10%, over 80% of them are white. They control 90% of the economy in South Africa.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. These people live in Cape Town, they're extremely rich. Then the rest of the South Africans scramble over the little scraps that are left on the table. So they need to figure out a way to coexist and figure out a way to even that plane even a little bit.
Yeah.
So do you think as Americans, Trump should probably focus on the affairs of America, or even if he's to interfere in South African policies, maybe we should be figuring out a way to get those two groups to work together?
I mean, yeah.